Today, I want to share with you two significant practices of presence that I find really useful to bring myself back into the present moment if at any point in time I feel like I've lost presence. But at the end of these practices, I also want to point you towards something that I think is of deeper significance and meaning to these practices that a lot of times we may not tap into. And this really ties in with my discussion about the indoctrination of death. So stay tuned to the end to hear about that. The first practice is conscious breathing. Now, conscious breathing means that you are putting your full focus and awareness on your in breath and your out breath. You follow it. You follow the air in through the inhale and you follow the air as you exhale it out. Now, the reason why this is such a great exercise for presence is because something significant happens while you are doing that. While you are focusing fully on your breath, you'll start to notice that your thinking mind can no longer think because it is impossible to think and consciously breathe at the same time. So, for a few short seconds, what you're doing is relieving yourself of that conceptual thinking mind. And typically, it's the thinking mind that pulls us out of presence. So if you're looking to put yourself back into presence because that may have been what has happened to you, what you're going to do is just even take 3 conscious breaths. 3 conscious breaths sometimes is all that's needed to alleviate you from that thinking mind and put your body and mind at ease, and then put yourself back into presence. Another great thing that happens through conscious breathing as well too is a lot of times an opening will happen because the thinking mind is not taking over. And the opening is where the true higher source of consciousness comes in to tap into our consciousness. And so that is another reason why participating in this conscious breathing exercise is more than just putting yourself into presence. It's actually awakening the consciousness within you. Now, the second exercise that I want to talk about is inner body awareness. Inner body awareness, again, is something that is really helpful to bring yourself back into the present moment. Now, you can feel the aliveness in your body in whatever capacity or form you want to. But for this exercise in particular, I use the hands. The hands seem to be the easiest way for us to sort of tap into the aliveness that is really running through our body. And so, what you do for this exercise, if you have a hard time tapping into the aliveness within your hands, what you can do is face your palms up, close your eyes, and ask yourself the question, how do I know that I have hands? How am I aware that I have hands? And without using your thinking mind to answer, you're going to go much deeper and you're going to start to feel the life force pulsating within your hands. While you're putting again 100% of your conscious awareness on that life force, once again, your thinking mind has stopped. It can't happen that you think and put your full awareness on the life force within your body at the same time. So these are two really great exercises for us to do if we find ourselves in a situation where we really need to fully bring ourselves back into the present moment. And you can do these anywhere, anytime, as much as you want during the day. So what is the other benefits of both of these exercises? Well, for myself, because of the religion that I belong to, the relationship that I didn't have that I wanted to have with a higher source, God, never happened because there was no way for me to find a way of connecting with something. And that really is what is most important. I'm sure all of you would agree is that whenever we're embarking on a relationship or wanting to have a relationship, there has to be a way for each and every one of us to connect to something about that other individual that we want to get to know that connects us together. But through religion, the connection from God is so far removed that it's difficult to be able to find something that gives you some sort of comfort that there is a higher source that you can draw to in the times that you really need to. And with the breath, it's not just about breathing, which is something that we automatically do without even having to think about it on a day-to-day basis. But the breathing aspect was a way for us to connect to the intelligence within that breath. The Sanskrit word for breath is prana, and prana means life force energy. Life force energy that permeates every living thing, including inanimate objects. So when you really stop and think about it, the intention behind this greater intelligence was not just to plop us on this earth and just free us to do whatever it is that we want without having a connection to that which has really given us life. And the breath is one of the greatest ways of being able to do that. Aside from conscious breathing, meditation and going in and paying attention to the breath is so incredibly connecting to this higher source of intelligence because of the intelligence that is in that breath. Not only does it reside on the outside, it resides on the inside. It gives us life, it gives us comfort, it gives us a way of connecting to this higher power that exists everywhere. And what you are doing is really connecting to the idea that you and life are synonymous. You are one. And that really happens through paying attention to the breath. It's an experience now. It's not just something we've read in a book. It's not something that we've taken at face value because that's what was told to us. We are paying attention to the breath and having an experience by connecting with that higher source from within. That's where it starts, from within. And the same goes for inner body awareness. Each and every day, our bodies perform functions that we don't even have to think about. And when you connect through even just the inner body awareness of the life force through the hands, you are feeling the life that has given you and I life. How can you not be in awe? How can you not want to connect deeper with the aspect that has made it possible for each and every single one of us to be here? These connections significantly help us to understand that this consciousness that is higher than you and I, that connects all of us and life together, goes far beyond the limitations of what the conceptual mind or the logical thinking could ever possibly give us. It gives us a deep inner connection to something that we really, for the most part, I know for myself, have looked for my entire life. And I understand through that connection that life goes on beyond this earth, beyond this body. This body is merely a way for me to tap in to the beauty of what has given me life. And so I invite you to try those practices for both reasons. Later this week, I am going to be releasing a meditation video on conscious breathing, and re-releasing a quick 90-second video that I had released before, but I'll do it again so everybody can see it, is on inner body awareness. Just quick 90 seconds to help you put back into that state of presence. And as always, much love and light.